Hey guys, all right, we will try this again. So, we're going to be doing a number of videos. Please don't think that um, I'm not going to be there for you or that you're not going to have support. Every business person that I've talked to has been asked the same question. Every copywriter, every Facebook marketing person, should I launch during this time? What should I launch? What do people want? And I want to give you some very simple steps first. I believe that during times like this of crisis and of certainty, those who are doing videos on a problem and a solution are going to be the ones that are going to get hired. We have been in a buyer beware kind of situation for a long time. I would say about 2 years. And I haven't really seen like where it was going to go. And in this time of uncertainty and any time of uncertainty, those who are really clear on their niche, their ideal client, the verbiage that their ideal client says, which means that you need to get people on a Zoom call. You need to hear, even if you go back to your clients. So for those of you who have clients, go back to your clients and say, with a Survey Monkey, you could even do it in a freebie. I helped map this out with somebody yesterday. Hey guys, I know I've been feeling overwhelmed. I know that I've been feeling X, Y, and Z, and this is affecting my gut, my thinking, and I help people too. That's just a standard, what I call pitch, but it really starts to train you on how to speak no matter what situation is going on. Because, of course, we as coaches feel overwhelmed, but we don't want to come off like bye, bye, bye. We want to come off, as always, heart-based. And heart-based means that you are with your tribe. It's not verbiage like you should do this, but it's verbiage like we should all be doing this. We should all be, boosting our immune, doing, mindset. For those of you who do sound bowls and yoga and fitness, and many of you have so many different beautiful tools that you can share, but now it's how do I share it in an online space? And what is the ebb and flow right now of an online space? So step number 1 is write down, what is your ideal client's struggles? What is their wake up problem? We don't wake up saying, oh my God, I want to have the mindset to achieve and activate. I'm thinking of JJ as an example. JJ has bought from us for many years. She works weight and sugar, but she realized that she felt called to helping people to activate their greatest gifts and to be of support, working on the mindset and working on reshaping, the framework. She's pivoting right now because a lot of people who she does do that work with are in retreats. Her retreat got canceled. Her other retreat may not even happen. So it's a time to pivot. And this is now what I'm going to talk about. She's pivoting to doing these online yoga classes, these online pole classes, Pilates classes, because she knows that her ideal client wants that. She also knows that it's proven because she does that in her retreats. And so she's continuing to use the materials, but bring people into a low cost offer. So I want to show you one strategy that I always use no matter what I'm launching. And for those of you guys, give us about a week. But for those of you who do buy from us, we are paying it forward to you and releasing a program that I did many years ago called Launch School. And this will really help you go step by step, because I think often we get overwhelmed because we're trying to build something, but we don't think about like the pre-dripping and the pre-launching and the consistently showing up. And that is something that you really need to do. So one, I would write down all the problems that you know your ideal client struggles with. Two, I would reach out today or in the next 48 hours. Give yourself a timeline. Tasks don't get completed if we don't give timelines. When we don't have timelines, we feel more overwhelmed. And then we can't reverse engineer from any launch, launching your website, launching a video series, launching a low-cost offer. We can't think clearly until we have it on paper. So I want you to really think about and write down, what are my clients' pain points? What are they most struggling with? You may work with people with gut, but you know what? They're struggling with a myriad of other issues. You can't get that data, that imperative data, unless you get people on the phone. So for those of you who have existing clients, reach out and say, during this time, how can I best serve you? How can we all come in community and, work together? What would be helpful? And then give options. Would it be great to be in group coaching with each other online? Would it be great if, I structured the weeks where we focused on gut and sleep and immune and, just stress and had open talks? Would it be more beneficial for you to have like a fitness place where you can come in and get tips on metabolism and fitness and mindset? Those are just a few examples. And we only know what to offer because we know the pain and we turn it into a product. Even if some of you have the 5-day sugar challenge or the 5-day meditation challenge or chakra challenge, how can you turn that into not just like this 5-day challenge, but hey, come into a group. Come in and let me love you back during this time that feels scary. That one group can be your nurturing group. And that one group can always be your nurturing group. And you could say, this month, guys, we're going to talk about emotional eating. I am going to give you this guide, on sugar that has information, but I'm going to come in 3 times a week doing a live and or pre-recorded videos and talk about how do we get through times like this? And if we do emotionally eat, how do we not say, screw the diet, and then just binge eat? And these are some of the conversations I've been having in my membership, and also even with just coaches I know. We all struggle with this stuff. So one is know the pain and the problem. 2 is getting people on the phone or sending out a survey to your email list. If you don't have an email list, let me talk to you guys now before we go to the next stop. This is what was suggested to me when I first graduated school. I know it feels scary. I know it feels like, oh my God, but what if people say no? You can go right on to Facebook. Don't make it a sales pitch. No one likes that. Go onto Facebook and say, guys, I'm starting my business. I'm so excited. I'm giving away during this time. I'm paying it forward. Here's a 14-day or 7-day program. And then in that exchange, what you're saying to them is, can we hop on the phone twice, 30 minutes each time, talk about like where your roadblocks are, what's going on, and what you would like to see more of. How can you work with me? I work with people in these following areas. 1, 2, 3. And a safe signature process for a different talk, because I want you to get in the brainstorming right now. Brainstorm those ideas. Think, are there people who already like, know, and trust me? Such as gyms that have closed down, spas that have closed down, or maybe you even have a myriad of these different tools. How can you do what you usually do, maybe face-to-face, but do it online? And so you can reach out to those existing people and say, hey, I know you have your gym and it closed. I know you're handling the fitness. Do you want me, for X amount of money to provide a 30-day program, really help you guys? We can make this inspirational and fun, like a 30-day transformation. That same could be done for those of you who have, you know, a 21-day hormone detox. Reach out to people who are already like, know, and trust you and say, hey, you know, I know people are really nervous during this time. Would you like to do this? Some people have said to me, what if people can't find the food? I'm going to tell you a secret that nobody talks about. It's our job as coaches. I coached worldwide. There were many foods my clients couldn't get, but it was my job to say, okay, so if you can't get, you know, these fresh vegetables for this salad, here I want you to buy mango sprinkles, mango seasonings, chlorophyll, this green powder that I highly suggest, spirulina, barley grass, vitamin C. There are many things, and of course, always tell people to speak with your doctor. But there are many things that we have to, as coaches, come up with solutions. There are hacks. They're the very things that we do, the very probiotics, the very strategies to stay well. And that's actually what makes somebody want to hire you. It's not just the social media that we do. That's important. But unless you're doing this really intentionally and you know, like, March, I'm really going to nourish, I'm going to pay it forward. I'm going to take this into like Earth Day, you know, in April. And then I'm going to say to people, you know, hey guys, would you like to do group coaching for $50? Just bear with me. $50, and they get a program, they get 4 calls. It's pretty much like a membership. But you're not using the word membership because people hear, oh my God, do I have to commit? Do I have to cancel? This is a time to make it like really simple to work with you. Guys, you know, we're going to do a program a month, or for those of you who have the 12 month of topics, that's a topic a month. Those are recipes. For those of you who have the kids program, for those of you who even have our programs like Sick Week Sugar Repair and a bunch of other, you can break them down into sections because there's so much information to begin with. People want to know actually how to achieve it. So it was not uncommon when I launched Revitalize at many different gyms that I was like, okay, this is a 30-day program, guys, but we're going to really break this down into 4 months, which turned into group coaching. So say you have 50 people at 10, you have 500. Say you can get 50 people at 50 for the month, you have 20. I'm not telling you to undermine your prices. I'm telling you that in times of uncertainty, which we've experienced this over many years, the recession where we lost everything in 2009, Stu McLaren was just talking about this. He's a person I highly suggest following. There's always ways to meet our client and to show them value so they really want to what? Work with us. And value doesn't just mean that you put a bunch of freebies and blogs in there. That's not value. Value is, hey guys, I know I put in the freebie of the month, or my survival toolkit, which could be a detox. It could be really anything. It could be, if you specialize with those with autoimmune, it could be the autoimmune flares workshop. It could be the 30 days autoimmune, because each day for 30 days, that gives a tip. It gives a simple strategy. So all you would need to do to take that is just take out the autoimmune and say immune. That's actually what a coach is doing. She's like, oh my God, that's brilliant. That means you're nourishing. That means that you're not giving the whole enchilada. You're saying like, I'm here for you, and I'm going to come in here 3 times a week. And then leading them to wanting to do a gut program, or even just, you know, coaching at small things like, here, come for step 1 of the gut program. Month 1, you know, is $50, or guide 1 with calls that month. Structure it where it makes it easy. You could have 2 pre-recorded calls, 2 live calls, all in Facebook units. And I showed you that how to build out Facebook units the other day, because it's really super simple. And the idea right now is to not panic and then spend 6 to 7 hours creating funnels after funnels. It's to be able to create simple and pivot. And when I say pivot, that means that a lot of you guys don't see this behind the scenes, but any successful business owner has to pivot. They have to go, okay, so I see this isn't working. How can I reshape this and remarket this in a different way? So if you're nurturing for like 3 weeks, anything, 2 weeks, and again, this comes into your gut intuition. If you're new, you might have to nurture a little more, but I guarantee you, even in that nurturing month, if you say, guys, I know this is a really stressful time. I know for myself, I've been having, I'm not having them anymore, thank God, but, rashes and stress and, some panic. If any of you want to have a session with me, I'm cutting my prices in half. It's usually $150. We're going to do it for $75. And we can really make a personalized, like kind of weekly, daily plan for you, which is really what people want. Every person is saying, what do I eat right now? What do I do right now? And if we come back out of overwhelm and do the brainstorming first, we don't go into panic stage. So if you had 10 people at 50, you did that for 4 months, that's $2,000. That's one program. Some of you have it. Some of you maybe don't have stuff. I'm more than happy to get on the phone. I'm happy to even, do some kind of very low cost planning sessions where we all brainstorm, we're all working off the same thing. And so step number 2 is, this is something that I made a long time ago because I feel that a lot of people really struggle in the brainstorming of how they can make their program or even work with people one-on-one. I said to Shay Johnson and Sarah Lawrence, how are you working with people? Because I know that you work face-to-face. Shay is using Practice Better. Sarah Lawrence is using Zoom, still doing their same one-on-one and being clear on who they work with. So you could do a 21 clean eating. You can even launch a home cooking party. I would do this the whole month. I would even add in, because kids are at home, brainstorming. Kids are at home. Wouldn't it be really fun to do like a mommy and me kids, class? So I would really seal the deal with some extra bonuses. You're getting this 21-day program. You're coming into this group. This said 2 hours, but you could say cooking party is $77 for the month with a program, plus 4 cooking videos. You could do them pre-recorded. You could even do cooking for kids, like really fun things that they can make as snacks, as even little meals. And also, how do we take this time and find the silver lining? I would then even do some bonuses like, a kid's cookbook, or for those of you that are in the membership, take that book and use it as a cooking class. 77, let's just say you get 20 people. That's 1,540. So sometimes it's in these times where it's not the exact launch plan that we do. It's meeting people where they are. I have some clients who are taking a page and saying, here are the classes. Class 1 is on like gut and immune. Class 2 is on stress and mindset. Class 3 is how to boost your immune, how to detox and boost your immune. And so that's 30 times 4 classes. If everyone does 4 of them, which you could have individual PayPal buttons right there. If everyone does 4 of them and you get 10 people, that's 1,200. So I want to just show you these examples because this is going to be brainstorming right now. Tripwires right now, just to cover this, I've seen a lot of people like, I want to set up my funnel. Tripwires during times of uncertainty, I would actually do it more like they opt into your signature freebie challenge, signature freebie, where you have, and this is what I'm instructing my members to do, where you've pre-recorded videos, bring them into your world. Videos, those who do videos, those who do them intentionally, I don't care if you're scared, you have to do it. And I can only tell you what I did, which was do a bunch of pre-recorded videos, unlisted, and I just practiced and I practiced. If you're sitting there and you're saying, nobody's hiring me, it's either you're not clear on the pain, you're not clear what they want, you're not clear how to express even what you do. And that, I would say, you know, for some of you is the biggest part, because maybe you're brand new and you don't even know what a funnel is. But there are always ways to say to people, hey guys, you know, come in, you know, sign up for this signature video series, and then lead them to a one-on-one call. These days are where that one-on-one VIB treatment has to trump funnels. Funnels are great when they work. Funnels are awesome when they tell a story. I would highly suggest Googling One Funnel Challenge by Russell Brunson, because you don't need to have that long of a funnel, but a funnel isn't just about a next opportunity. It's a conversation. It's a story. It's, you know, in this time I'm really scared because I have autoimmune. I had asthma. My son had pneumonia. My husband is immune compromised. And so this is what we're doing. Steps 1 through 10. Here is, you know, a video series. Click right here. And, you know, get access to my top favorite tips, plus a roadmap for you. And then leading them from that one-on-one call, see what's the best fit. I know a lot of people, when we say online, we think of program launch. Online is just the same things that you're doing offline and getting comfortable to do them online. Getting comfortable to speak to, you know, Zoom and visualize your avatar, visualize, you know, like you're talking to a friend. So I wouldn't necessarily do these tripwires. I would make it, get people on the phone and know what your options are. So this is, again, we're brainstorming. What is your work with me offers? Do you have a group? Do you have a self-paced course? Know what the offers are. We're going to get into solutions on the next video. Suggested meals. You can even do survival kit recipe guide number 1, survival kit recipe guide number 2. Again, these are goals. We're just looking. Let me just say, I always did in-person community workshops. This same can be done online. I want to stop there before we go, because I know I've talked about a lot of things. To recap, brainstorm, what are your clients' biggest problems? Write this down on a whiteboard, I highly suggest, or in a journal. You know, my friends often ask me, or take the challenge, the 10, you know, person challenge, to get on the phone with you, give them a 7-day program, have them go through it, talk, you know, hear how they share their problem. Because sometimes we say things like, are you having issues with leaky gut? Or are you having skin rashes? When that person is like, I don't even know what's going on. I just know that when I eat, I feel nauseous. I don't even know what's going on. All of a sudden, I'm allergic to my perfume. I don't even know what's going on. My kid is just like really tired. You know, or I don't even know what's going on. You know, I've been eating and like my stomach blows up right away. Those are the things that when you're coaching, people say to you. Even if you start asking specific questions, like, you know, tell me a little about your home life. Tell me a little about the products you use, makeup, lotions, sunscreens, etc. Talk to me about your toxic load. Let me explain this. I'm going to give you a quiz. That's even in our detoxes, because I think quizzes really help you to formulate questions and to give people like baseline, so that they're instructed like what step to take. And so really formulate, what are these questions you want to ask people, and how are you going to approach it? So that you do build that trust. These questions can even be in your free group. And surprisingly, many of you aren't even going to change what you're doing. You just have to add in a little more VIP experience. Jackie, one of my group members, took a leap of faith after we talked last week in a group. And she said, you know what? I'm going to reach out to people in a direct message. I'm going to really try to get to know them. That's the part that a lot of us don't talk about. It's not just the Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest. It's engagement. It's actually reaching out and saying, you know, hey, I really loved going to your gym. I'm so sad. Like, would you want to offer this to 50 people at your gym? We can do like a mindset weight loss, and see what those people say. They're all at a loss too. You can do a 60-40 split, a 70-30 split. These are a lot of things, guys, that I had to figure out on my own. And it was painful at times, because I just felt very similar to you, like I was hoping for miracles. So to recap, and I know I talked longer than anticipated. 1, do your brainstorming sheet. 2, write down all the programs and the freebies you have, all on one sheet. I highly suggest Google spreadsheet to do this, because you'll stay organized, and you'll stay organized in your business. Then I suggest you writing down, you know, these are my clients' pain points. If you don't know what they are, again, you can even announce on Facebook, you know, I'm trying to, I'm looking for 10 people that, you know, fit, or that are desiring to, or want to avoid having, you know, these histamine reactions, or want to avoid, you know, getting sick during this time where we're really stressed, or want to have better sleep, or want to, you know, not stress eat. You have to know what your ideal client is struggling with. And it's not always just the common of my niches. It's like going deeper into her habits, her fears, her life, the roadblocks in her life, how she gets stuck, and really playing out their life. And then, of course, getting those people on the phone and getting clear on what you want to offer. So if you are offering something in April, May, let's commit to dates. let's figure out also the heart-based approach to this. And so that's my suggestion for step 1. If you're like, oh my God, I never thought about cooking classes, play it out first before you jump and you spend what I call wasted busy time. This is about really doing things with intention, really also looking at other coaches that you admire. How are they handling this? What are they giving? I would say, in conclusion, I love free teaching series, like pre-recorded. And some of you I've heard say, you know, this is my side hustle, or I don't have time. You always have time when you let go of perfection to do a 10-minute video. You always have time to structure a 10-minute video, or even 30 minutes a day. 1 hour a day of dedicated action steps, making sure that you brainstorm and you do all of those steps, will lead you to a place where you will always have a successful business. Because once you train your brain to do that, you will always go, okay, what are my people struggling with? What am I struggling with? What are my friends struggling with? What do I hear people ask on Facebook? All right, all those problems. What freebie or freebies or workshop or free workshop would really solve this problem right now? Okay, what is that going to look like? That structure. How am I going to do it? What's the cheapest way and the simplest and the easiest way to do this? And then we can structure. So today is really about the brainstorming and how you envision serving your people. Is it like JJ where she's charging classes? Is it like my good friend Lauren Unger where she's doing healing bowl, and breathing and meditation for $30 and she's doing them every week? How can you serve your people at a low cost? Because they will, when they see results, want to work with you, either one-on-one, or they're going to want to keep journeying. And that is what the customer life cycle is about. So please under here, tell me any questions. I will be back. I've got some appointments today and I have to go for a run. That was my commitment to self-care. But with that being said, we're here for you guys. Give us a little time, meaning I'm prepping launch school for everyone that has bought from us. You will get that automatically put in. I just need about a week. And then we're putting together also some just either low-cost webinars, free webinars, a bunch of very different things so that I can bring on some people that can really show you, here, this is how you start a landing page. This is what you want to put on. And so we really get into the implementation zone. I love you guys. If you haven't bought from me, I still love you too. We're all on this path together. All right, guys. I will see you later. Big kisses. Like I said, drop below the problems and let's try to mastermind this, so that we can come out of overwhelm and truly be the light that many people need. They need, inspiration, they need love, but they also need the problem solved that they're experiencing now. Now is the key word. So I will talk to you guys soon. Much love.